I said that bounce communication
Oh,
speaking.
hello. How are you? Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
um, so this is the
Hello, hello.
weekly call we do um, for progress about Kleros project. um, I'm sorry, I'm with a bit of a cold today, so I'm yeah. Sorry about that. My voice might sound a bit weird. so Well, early this week, or I think no, last week actually, we published general update as we tend to do twice a year with a number of updates about Kleros and the different elements from research, development, um, well, community building, all the events we participated in, talks we gave, so a bit of general overview of everything that is going on with Kleros. So hopefully you have read that. If you haven't, it's on the blog, so you can take a look. And this, well, it kind of gives you a more complete and I mean just in one place overview of everything of what we discuss in our weekly calls here. Um, so I'm extremely great news to share this week is that we just recruited Arjun, who is going to be a product manager for for Linguo. As you know, Linguo is one of the products that we developed at the cooperative Kleros for. Initially we were thinking about this more like a translation app that you can use for um, submitting a translation job and people taking it, and then there's a price discovery auction mechanism based on Kleros. And so we developed this more than 1 year ago, and now we finally, after very long search, we found Arjun. And well, Lingo is way um, wider than just translation. It's just if you want to see it as a primitive, it's more like micro tasking, you know, like a primitive that you can use for lots of different things. So I will just let Arjun maybe introduce himself, yeah, and tell a bit the community what he's going to be working on.
Thanks, Federico. Hi, everyone. My name is Arjun, and I'll be working on Lingo and looking at what Lingo was created as, which was a translation platform. I realized that, as Federico just said, it has more potential and it can be easily branched off into other places as well. And looking at how Web3 is a collaborative space and the fact that there isn't really a proper sort of collaborative interface where freelance work can be done. I think that is one angle to look at. A little bit about me, I'm an economics and finance major. I was also a magician for a while, and I started a company a couple of years ago as well. So been jumping around a bit, and finally I'm here. So super excited to work on this.
So thank you, Arjun, and of course he will be reaching to some of you in order to maybe gather some feedback and some customer discovery process. So we are just starting this process of I would say rethinking Linguo. And building it as a product now with Arjun as a full time manager of the product. So welcome to the team. Super happy to have you here, and really have very high expectations of Linguo. Um, so another thing is the fellowship applications are still open. You can still apply. We are having really cool applications from different people that want to study and research or work on different elements of Kleros. Um, I think I will let Abir maybe give you an overview on that. So yeah, uh, so have been working on this together. So yeah, go ahead, Abir.
Hey everyone, how are you? Well, yes, just to build off from what Federico said, fellowship applications are going pretty great, and we're having a nice, diverse lot of people applying right now. So I mean, we've got people in a range of things, people with DAO expertise, people who are, legal experts, people with, some idea of undertaking quantitative data analytics of, Kleros cases that have happened so far, people who are thinking of doing some public policy research into the reception and sort of openness of various government departments towards undertaking Kleros. So once again, we'd like to remind you that in case you have any ideas for how you think Kleros as a product, a service, or as a community could get better, you are more than welcome to apply. Our first round of interviews will start happening in a couple of days between 9th and 11th August. That's enough time for you to send off an application. If there's any way you think you can contribute to helping Kleros become better, and I assume most of you are invested into Kleros in some way or another, you're more than welcome to apply, sort of get more skin in the game, so to speak. You will be adequately compensated, and ultimately you will be helping us take Kleros to the next level. So please do apply, and please do reach out in case you have any ideas that you're not sure would be right for the fellowship, or if you have any other questions about the application process.
Well, thank you very much. Um, Another interesting conversation we had this week is applications of Kleros in the context of gaming. So, um, as you know, well, there are there is a growing gaming industry where well, we spend more and more time playing, especially Age of Empires, as you know. I'm joking. And this brings a number of different situations that can be interesting for for Kleros. Uh, so on the one hand, you have gaming platforms that they will need to resolve disputes between players, or between also platform and players sometimes. So and this seems to be a quite interesting use case for Kleros. And also, on the other hand, you also have these gaming guilds. People who play a specific game and they operate like a little community, like a DAO. And in this situation, they may have a number of things that they need to curate, or a number of things that they need to resolve disputes, or let's say that they just went in a expedition and slain a dragon, and now they are arguing about who should get what part of the bounty. I mean, you're not going to go to arbitration, right? A beer in Paris, the ICC, I guess. So this seems to be right.
Well,
How
they
do you
won't.
resolve this?
Well, usually, typically with whether it's esports of an international level or a regular video game, there is no sort of actual dispute resolution process, right? Whoever owns the copyright of the game ultimately gets to decide whatever they can do, however they want to do it. Now in Web3, we have a chance of breaking this monopoly of centralization. So, a service such as Kleros could be the probably be the answer to sort of bring some fairness in this ecosystem, because it can get kind of ridiculous, if you've invested your entire life, like let's say 10 years of your life trying to perfect a game, and then a game company arbitrarily changes the rules to sort of destroy your specialty, or it bans you from playing the game, which they legally can do just because you said you maybe said a slightly political slogan in some broadcast or in some Twitch stream, then that is pretty unfair for everyone involved. So with Web3, you're really getting a chance to turn video games into something similar to sports, wherein no one can actually stop you from playing a sport or sort of control your participation in it. There's no single point of failure there. So this is definitely a huge revolutionary potential for Kleros. The real question lies in, how are we going to start? Where are we going to start? Identifying the sort of games we can branch out into. So the devil's in the details, So we know that Kleros can probably be hugely successful in video games, especially in decentralized video games, but it's all a matter of how to get there.
Exactly. So you were thinking that I was just spending all of this time in Age of Empires because I was just like, no, man, it was just work for me. Yeah, if you think you have like interesting insights about use cases of Kleros in the context of gaming, we have been aware of this use case for some time. Now we see the ecosystem like maturing enough so to so for this to become like a reality, I believe. So if you think that you could make a contribution, reach to us, and we would like to speak to you. And also that this is potentially a great use case to research if you want to do the fellowship. So this is extremely interesting use case and research topic to become an expert in gaming and distributed solution. So that's another cool thing.
Federico, I have a question about the
Yeah.
gaming aspect and the use case. Have you thought about social media as gaming and uploading my consciousness in Facebook, say, and then at some point Facebook deletes, say, my post, and or I have a lot of information on Instagram account, and then that account is removed.
I know, guys, that this seems that I paid her to ask this question. But no. Actually, one product we just launched last week is that it's called Kleros Moderate, and it's the use of Kleros in order to make decisions about content moderation in social media platforms. So this is a bot. We're still refining it. We are still working on it. Shotaro is doing that. I don't see Shotaro here, but he could give you more details. So it's a bot that you can configure and to plug into your Telegram or Discord group. And then if there is a user, that claims that another user is breaking the rules or making some inappropriate comment or whatever, so it could be reported, and then there is going to be an escalation game, and then at the end this would be resulted in a resolution made by a Kleros jury. Then they're going to see what were the rules of engagement in the community, what happened, and then make a decision. So this use case you mentioned is very, very much linked to this Kleros Moderate product. Now we're still doing people can sign up for this product in order to test it, and we are learning. This is the first time we do this, and to my knowledge that anyone does this. So have lots of learning to do about how to configure the bot and how to write the policies of different groups, how to make sure that everything is clear so that jurors can make the right decisions. If you want to learn more about this, so there is a talk I gave last year at the ETHEC conference where I presented this use case in a more general way. And there is another talk by Shotaro that is from 10 days ago, where he actually made a launch of the product, and you can check it, kleros.io/moderate, and then you can see the product with the specs, and you can apply to be an early adopter if you want in your community. So we have definitely thought about that use case, and we are actually implementing this right now.
Cool. Thank you very much for informing. This is excellent.
Good. Let me go to JB, who can explain a bit about the progress in the Kleros 2.0. Go ahead.
Hello, guys. Yes, so we got some progress since last week mainly on the fast bridge side, with a large PR that got merged that was covering the batching of messages using Merkle root construction. And then we actually revisited the implementation yesterday as the Nomad Bridge news came out, because we have a similar implementation, and after reviewing the code we are confident that we are not affected. And after looking actually deeper into what happened with Nomad, it's actually not even really specific to bridges or to Merkle root, um, Merkle tree implementations. It was really just an unfortunate human error with a variable that was not properly initialized, and maybe a process of code review that maybe wasn't strict enough to and let this error go through the checks of the rest of the team. So I'll be interested to know actually what happened there. Um, then continuing on the V2 updates. So looking through my notes, we had we are now working on the subgraph for the fast bridge. And we also identified a minor bug in the unstaking logic. Because as you may know, we usually expect that if a juror was inactive in the court, he will be unstaked from all the subcourts. So we actually found that in some very particular situations, this doesn't happen. So we are going to fix this in V2. And then we've received the first some first contributions from community developers who are offering to submit some code changes and help us improve V2. So that's really positive and very encouraging. So yeah, I think that's what we have for this week.
I mean, that is extremely, great. We were for a long time trying to get the community more involved in development. And well, now it's starting to happen. We are already seeing like community involvement in development. And well, to some extent, of course, this has to do with Emmett joining the team. As you know, Emmett is the director of developer relations. So this, of course, is within his responsibilities. So feel free to reach to him to with ideas you may have of how we can better engage the community in development activities. So that's also something we want to improve. And let me see what else do we have. Well, I see Juan is also here. Juan, I don't know if I introduce you to the rest of the community at some point, maybe not, but Juan, maybe you can introduce yourself and tell a bit what you do in the team.
Yeah, okay. Hello, everyone. My name is Juan from Argentina, and I started like a month ago an internship in the treasury management area. I'm an accountant. So, okay, besides all treasury related stuff and yield farming analyze, now we are focusing on implementing an educational program run by Kleros on an Argentine university. And yeah, we are kind of advancing the talks. They really like the idea, and we have talked with Federico and already planned a roadmap that must be implemented, I think, this year. So yeah, I don't know how much detail I must tell, but that's kind of the main idea.
That's enough. That's enough for now. Thank you. So yeah, we do get lots of people asking about how, especially in context of universities. And so, as you know, Kleros is now being taught at, I would say quite some universities around the world, as you know, as project about like legal innovation. And what we get, of course, we have lots of materials, we have lots of talks online, we have lots of things that people can access, but people like ask us, okay, how can we have our students like get on board actually as Kleros jurors? Because it's one thing to read the theory or watch a talk or whatever, but another thing is like to actually, I mean, get crypto and then stake in a court, understand what court you should stake on, and all that. So this is something that we are now trying to pilot in this university in Argentina, and to kind of try to get a template that we could then replicate in other places. So it's going to be like a way to I mean, try to start getting many more jurors than we have now. In particular, in a context where, well, the amount of cases that are coming to Kleros are growing, and it's also important to, as you know, we think about Kleros in a marketplace with the demand side and supply side. Demand side are platforms that want to use Kleros for curation, resolving disputes, and all this. And so supply side is the jurors that provide arbitration services, if you want to call it that way. So demand side is what we have been focusing on the early times of the project until now, because that was the hard part of the marketplace. It was for us like harder to get people interested in using Kleros than getting jurors, because when you have cases, there is people can make money by resolving them. So the supply side tends to come where the demand is. So now we are in a situation where we already have done a bunch of like development of the demand side through integrations and all you already know, and then now it's time also for us to start fostering the other side of the marketplace. So we think that this idea of having universities teach how to become a Kleros juror is going to be important. And this comes also with other initiatives. One of them is we are also starting to build some online courses or materials in order to help people get onboarded as jurors. So it's also part of this idea. Sorry, my throat is killing me. So this is what Juan is working on, and this template we hope that we will be able to replicate it in different places. So there is that as well, and maybe Annabelle, you want to say something about preparations for DevCon. Before that, so William is still on vacation. I know you all come here for William or the POAP, so I'm under no illusion that you're here to listen to what I'm saying. But I mean, William is on vacation. He will be back next week, and for now, he's the only one of the team who got his talk accepted. The others are in the limbo of waiting for the answer. So William's talk is about a really cool idea of how to implement soulbound tokens into Kleros. So that is already happening in DevCon. We have with JB made a presentation for a workshop on like how to build a DAO. I mean, with Kleros we have this experience over the past years of building a protocol, and I mean, we have the incubator as well, and then so now we have kind of some experience we had, I mean, of things we did right and things we did wrong, and we want to give people in the Ethereum community who are going to go to DevCon place where they can do a workshop with us on how to think about the strategy of your DAO, how to think about the community building, how to think about discovery of users, how to think about, I mean, interviews, mechanism design, and other things that are relevant for building this type of projects. I don't know, JB, if you have something to add about our workshop, but hopefully we'll get accepted, right?
Yeah, of course. There's no way we won't be accepted.
Okay, so that and then I think who else presented? I don't remember who else presented the talks, but other guys also presented. Let's see if they get accepted. And now, okay, before Annabelle, I mean, Jean, maybe you have something to say, or yeah, go ahead.
Yes, we had we've been talking today with Shotaro about the Kleros moderate bot, and it's probably in the next week or weeks we will be we'll be having a test with the bot. So in our trading channel, and you will be able to experience it there. Also, there's a decentralized application that is using Kleros for arbitration that is called Prode. I think I mentioned
Yeah,
it. Yes,
yeah,
so they are they are still making some tests and are sharing the first prices of the first rounds, but I recommend you to test it out if you didn't yet. And um, also there is a proof of humanity um, proposal being voted right now about extending the time the mission board members are staying in the position. And there's also a mission board position available. So if you are interested in proof of humanity, or if you participated, I recommend you to vote and check the threads and also check the delegation threads. If you do not pay if you do not spend time reading about governance, you can check the threads for some reference on who to delegate to.
cool. Yeah, thank you. And Annabelle, what is coming for DevCon?
Yes, hi. Yeah, first of all, the stay for the Kleros team is scheduled from the 9th to the 16th of October in Bogota. Lining up are, of course, we will have those talks, the participation at the conference, but side event. I cannot tell a lot about it, but we are going to head again into something original, something in the direction of what we did with the Proof of Humanity event series in the past. The example of Dubai, and also the example of the side event we had in Paris. Yeah, if you are in Bogota, then we are going to have fun again. I'm not worried. There are a lot of really cool activities that we can implement as a side event and make it a little bit exclusive for you, for us. But yes, it's in preparation. We came back from ETHC, and now it's again time to rush into this because it's already in October. This is I'm looking forward, but yeah, this is going to be more precise very soon. We are going also to have more swag based on what we had in Paris. So to follow up on this because that was also really everything is gone basically. So we are going to restart with that, and yeah, it was very good to meet people at the conference to give some gifts, and yeah, we are going to continue in Bogota. Yeah.
Yeah, and one more thing. I mean, nobody even knows this in the team because it is very new. So I was invited to make we might do a conference on Monday, the 10th of October. That's right before the start of the DevCon. As I mean, I have lots of people who follow Kleros in Colombia. I was invited there like a couple of years ago by the Consejo de Estado. It's like the Colombian Supreme Court to present Kleros. I can share the talk if you want later. And they, as they knew I was going there, and they want maybe the University of Bogota do an event of a Kleros event. It's going to be in Spanish. And yeah, and that's going to be really cool. I mean, we have lots of people in there. Lots of people from the fellowship in the past also are from Colombia. So yeah, that's going to be really cool. I mean, this is really very recent. I mean, just today started this idea. So yeah, I'm trying to start to see how to organize this. We have a lot of people who will take care of this in Bogota for us. So yeah, guys, I'm sorry, my throat is almost dying now. No, thank you very much for coming, and see you on Telegram. Okay, right. Try to, but on writing, not on the voice.
Thanks, Federico, for the talk, for the call today. This was a challenge. Take
Yeah,
care.
I made it. I made it. Bye bye, guys.
Thank you so much.
See you.
Thanks a
Take
lot.
care.
Bye-bye.
See you guys.
See ya. Cheers.
DM for pull-ups.